How can I explain typography to someone who doesn't know about it? Well, let me try. In simple terms, typography refers to the words or text in a design and how they are presented. Of course, that's just the tip of the iceberg. In this video, we'll define what it is and dig a little deeper to understand some of the discussions that falls under the topic of typography. Let's begin with a definition of what typography is. By definition, typography is the art and technique of arranging text so that it is both readable and visually appealing. Without exercising the capabilities of typography, text can appear dull or lifeless in your designs. Now, let's look at what it consists of. Typography is built from characters, a combination of letters, numbers, and symbols. As we write or type, these characters come together to form words and sentences. These words and sentences make up what we know as text, which communicates meaning and messages to an audience. But before a message can be delivered effectively, the text can be arranged in a way that enhances its visual appeal, especially when combined with other design elements like color. Now, within the world of characters, there's something called typefaces and fonts. Let's break these down. When we look at a text on a design, we might decide to call it a typeface or font, but are they the same thing? We often use the terms typeface and font interchangeably, and while it's not entirely incorrect, it's helpful to understand the difference. A typeface is a family of related fonts. For example, Calibri. Just as the family may share common traits, a typeface also shares design features. Within the family, you would have individual members. These are the fonts. Fonts resemble each other but differ in style. Let's look at Calibri once again. We have fonts like regular, light, italic, and bold. All are under the same typeface, but each of them have their own unique style. Now, let's move on to style. I mentioned in the previous video that just because a font looks good in one design doesn't mean it will work in every situation. Each font has its own style and tone, which gives designers the flexibility to choose the one that suits their audience the most. Speaking of which, look at this video of a stylist dressing as different fonts. It's an illustration of how fonts have varied personalities. Now, let's direct our focus onto two very important categories of typefaces, serif and sans serif. Serif fonts are characterized by small decorative lines or flourishes at the end of characters. They are commonly used in traditional print media such as newspapers, books, and magazines. They are very readable in print, come across as formal, and its existence span across centuries. Today, serif fonts are associated with professionalism, elegance, and sophistication. Now let's look at sans serif fonts. In the French language, the word sans means without. Therefore, sans serif are the fonts without the decorative flourishes at the end of its characters. While serif fonts dominate print media, sans serif fonts are popular in digital spaces, including websites and mobile apps. At the time this video was being made, a majority of the top 100 mobile apps on both the Apple App Store and Google Play featured logos and text in sans serif fonts. That's because they are clean, modern, and easy to read on screens. Serif and sans serif are the most popular categories of fonts. However, there are other options you can design with. Let's look at a few more. Script fonts have a handwritten calligraphy look about them. They add a personal touch to designs, and so you tend to see these on wedding invitations. Next, we have the slab serif. These are great for headlines as they tend to have a boldness to their look. The difference between these and the serif is that the flourishes at the end of the slab serif are rectangular. Let's look at one more before we conclude. The display fonts. They come in different styles, but one thing they have in common is that they are large, expressive, and very loud. For this reason, they are mostly used to grab attention rather than conveying detailed information. To wrap things up, here's a thought. The next time you come across a typography-based design, remember that every detail in that text has likely been carefully considered. In this short video, we've explored what characters, typefaces, and fonts are and how they work together to make text visually compelling. With this little explanation, try experimenting by blending text with other design elements and see what you can create. And remember that when applied thoughtfully, typography gives text enough strength to carry the visual weight of a design. Thanks for watching and have a great day. If you would like to watch a video about how images affect designs, click here.